See, when I do this Kriya, it's not just teaching you the Kriya. Okay, teaching you the Kriya is, you can already see that from the internet, the instruction. Correct? But the session gives you the understanding about the problem. Just like the last session when I had on cure for back pain. You need to understand how back pain started, right? Same thing for anger. How that anger pattern started. So that you have the context when you do the Kriya. The understanding is there. So, and also what I did also in this session is to give you the context of what all the great master has said about this anger or emotion, how to handle this emotion. Okay, so once you have the right understanding about anger, which is very common now because of so much suppression, okay, and attachment. So the attachment and suppression leads to anger also, and a lot of fear. Fear also leads to anger. See, the two contributions that leads to anger is attachment. Attachment means desire. Desire, when it's not fulfilled, leads to anger. Fear, when it's not completed, leads to anger also. So understand the two root source of anger is fear and desire. See, when it's not fulfilled, what happens? You feel guilty, right? Because when in the anger outburst, what happens? You go into this uncontrollable state and a lot of damage is done, whether in the terms of relationship or from some physical damage that you may throw things, right? You throw things, you destroy things. So not only destroying relationship, you destroy something outside, you also destroy yourself. So it leads to destruction. Okay? Destruction, which is sometimes not containable. It means if you destroy something, you could end up in jail, right? Or you could cause the death of someone. I've seen people getting angry and they kill someone because of the anger, right? So that is the destruction part, when they are not able to manage this outburst of energy. Okay? So anger can be very dangerous if you don't know how to use this energy. So I think today context is going to help you understand if you are suffering this issue with anger. Having that awareness is the first step to come out of it. And then learning how to, go beyond it is the next step. Okay? I hope that all those who, after you attended today's session, you can also help people around you to come out of this anger issue. Because the world needs more peace, not anger. Nithyananda, welcome back to Nithya Kriya session. Completing with the fact that we had 2 weeks of hiatus because of Navaratri Puja celebration. So now we are back for another session, Nithya Kriya, the fourth session. Now, before we enter into the session, let's sit with the back straight, aligning the head, neck and spine in one straight line. Sit comfortably in any comfortable meditative posture and center yourself to the body awareness. Awareness of head to the toes, your fingertips. The physical frame of the body where the boundary of the skin ends. This is your gross body, your stula sharira. Be physically present in this body so that you are ready to get into the present moment. Begin breathing. Bring awareness to the breathing. By breathing in very slowly and deeply, enter into a gap, a pause, then exhale slowly and completely, and then enter into the second gap. Continue breathing in this fashion with awareness of the two gaps, incoming breath, outgoing breath, outgoing breath, incoming breath. Use the bridge, which is the breathing, to integrate this body-mind and also integrate this between you and an existence. Settle your mind into the present moment. Your awareness, come to the restful awareness. Where you are in the space of Shravana, deep listening, authentic listening, not allowing anything from the past to interfere in that space of restful awareness. Ready to listen to what Swamiji has to impart in this session? Please be very clear, this is his session. I'm just the conduit for him to facilitate this transmission. So with that space of restful awareness in deep listening, let's join the palms together in the Amanjali Mudra, in our heart chakra, Anahata chakra. Take a deep breath. Let's chant the Sadguru Bandaram together. Nithyanandam Paramasukaram Kevalam Jnanamutim Dvandvatitam Gagana Shatrisham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Savvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Satguruntam Namami. Let's continue with the 3 rounds of Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now set an intention for today's session, whatever you want to manifest in reality. Pray to the Guru, Swamiji, Paramashiva incarnate, to bless you, to bless all of us to be complete with the angle pattern and be able to help people with this understanding and knowledge. So when you're done, you can slowly, very slowly open the eyes. Again, a very warm welcome to all of you who are joining me online on a Zoom. Some are joining me at the Ardinum, as well as some are on the social media, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So the 4 major social media platforms. Whoever is joining live now with us, a very warm welcome. I welcome all of you with my love and respect. So my name is Nithya Dugananda. You can call me Maduga. I'm from Kailasa, Singapore. Today I'm going to share with you this Nithya Kriya. This is our 4th lesson. In fact, we have done the 3 Kriyas, and today Kriya happens to be very close to my heart because I had struggled so much with my anger before. So I think this is going to be a great gift to humanity. If more people can understand how to handle, how to go beyond anger and also be able to help others. So that's what we hope to impart. So with that, let's get into the content itself. Alright, so today's content is 3 levels very kind of succinctly I put together. First, what do you need to know about anger pattern? Okay, whatever you need to know about anger, based on scriptures, based on Swamiji's discourses, I put together in like a summary form so that you understand. Then I'm going to share with you a very powerful technique from Shiva Sutra to handle all emotion, not just anger. Okay, that technique can be used for all emotions. Then I will give you the instruction to enter into the Nithya Kriya care for anger. Okay, so these are the three content that we're going to go through today, and then of course after that we can have sharing by all of you. So let's enter into the first part. See, Swamiji make a very strong statement which kind of like have a big click in my inner space, like like a shift. He said, any moment passes by without your awareness is suffering. Okay? Any moment you are fall into unconscious leads to suffering. Which means we should aim to be more and more aware or more and more conscious. Correct? Anger is a time where you fall into the unconscious. Same thing, when you fall into addiction, how people get addicted to something, you are in that zone of unconsciousness. Once you become conscious, you simply walk out of addiction as well as, your anger issue. You'll be able to go beyond it. So this is a statement which inspires us to continuously be in the unclutched space, in the restful awareness, in the present moment. Because when you're in the present moment, your mind cannot, have power over you. Okay? So anger is a moment you are not in awareness. That's why it leads to suffering. Okay? Next slide. So let's look at what are the things you need to know about anger pattern. Okay, so maybe quickly have a show of hand. How many of you had anger issue? Just I want to see. Okay, be very honest. If your honesty will lead you to transformation, okay? If you are not honest, nothing can be helped because you cheat yourself also. It's okay, huh? Because I'm going to tell you a good news.
Question, Ma. Anger means you explode out, or it can be suppressed. Both, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll guide you to that. See, understand, anger is just pure energy. So don't be afraid to admit that you have pure energy, right? Everyone have pure energy. It's just how to handle this energy. So if you think anger is a bad thing or don't have that conditioning. Okay, so let's enter into what you need to know from Swamiji's discourses and some of the things that he revealed through a lot of scriptures. Okay, so the first thing I want to share is from Bhagavad Gita. As you know, Bhagavad Gita is Lord Krishna's gift to humanity, and that book itself contains a lot of solution for humanity, in terms of body, mind, and also understanding your true nature. So here he says, when a man thinks of objects, it gives rise to attachment for them. From attachment, desire arises. From desire, anger is born. Okay? So then the next slide is the next verse. It says that from anger arises delusion. The moment you have anger, delusion has already entered. That means Maya enter. Loss of memory, the destruction of discrimination, the destruction of discrimination, he perishes. Desire turns into anger. Okay? So, see, everything comes from the source of that desire. When it is not fulfilled, what happened? Anger happened, right? You just look at a very simple thing. You see a child, innocent child, a small toddler. He wants to play with something, right? A toy. But you snatch the toy away. What happened to the child? Scream in anger and crying, right? So that is what is happening. Understanding that when you have certain desire which gives rise to attachment to certain object, right? When it is not fulfilled, it leads to anger. Okay, everybody can relate with that? Yes? Give me a thumbs up, you can relate with that. It's just like you want to manifest something, but you're not successful in manifesting. You get angry, either with yourself or something. Right? It's like, how come, huh? I try so hard, it's like so annoying, something wrong, Then you start having self-anger, self-hatred with yourself, or you start blaming someone outside there, right? You try to point finger at someone. Either way, you're throwing anger. So Bhagavan Krishna is explaining the whole pattern. This is the basic pattern on which all spiritual literatures are built. He says how ordinary contemplation leads to total destruction. Okay, so when man ponders over sense pleasure, that means running behind sense pleasure, that means object of desire, he perishes. This pattern will be seen whenever face destruction. Okay, so from association of certain object, let's say that object gives you, say, if I have object, I feel good about myself, I feel powerful about myself. Let's say certain association to certain object gives rise to desire. You want that object. So desire leads to anger. Okay, then it leads to delusion, wrong planning, makes the mind unsteady, and then destroy the understanding. You see, destroy the understanding and destroy the person itself. Then how to escape from destruction, the pattern. See the whole day. Only when you start entertaining anger or unconsciousness, unsteadiness of the mind happens. You function violently. The violence is coming from the unconsciousness, the unsteady part of the mind. If your mind is stable, calm, you can never have outbursts of anger. Understand? When you become the attachment that leads to the desire and all that leads to the mind being unsteady, destroying the understanding. That means you're not in the restful awareness. That's where it leads to one thing another, and then anger happens. So next slide. So same thing from Bhagavad Gita is from Sannyasa Yoga, chapter 5. Before leaving this present body, before you leave this body, if one is able to tolerate the urges of material senses, that means feeling the sense pleasure, if you are able to handle the urges, that means the body sense pleasure, check the force of desire and anger, he is well situated and he's happy in this world. Okay, it means ability to handle the desire as well as be able to keep that in check. So he says anger is neither good or bad. It's neither good or bad. Okay, it is pure energy. That's what Swamiji said. How you're going to use this energy matters. Okay, so anger is the source of energy which gives vigor to the body. Like say, that give you the fuel, the impetus. Right? It's like anger gives, energy give you the fuel to do something extraordinary. Let's say, for instance, you're angry with yourself that you forget your spiritual routine. It's like, how can I do that? Let me be integrated. Let me get back. So that anger with yourself, it pushes you to be falling back in tune and be integrated. So it's a good thing, right? But if you use the anger to go and destroy someone, use the anger to go and cause pain and hurt to someone, then it's not used, the energy is not used properly, right? So have you seen people use anger to really cause pain in another person? Like you're already so much in pain, you cannot control, you just vomit some kind of torture to the other person. Okay, so using anger in the wrong place is the issue. But if you use anger energy to fulfill your life purpose, okay, that is fine. Let's say your life purpose is to reach the ultimate enlightenment. I'm just giving an example. And whatever that spurs you, the anger that helps you to move you forward, closer to the goal, it is okay. But when you use this anger energy, the pure energy for destruction, leading you away from your life purpose, then that is going on the other path. That means you are derailed from your original intention or path. Understand? Give me a thumbs up if you are following me. Okay. So Swamiji says, look into your anger. Let it not be object-based. Let it be life purpose based. Okay? Let it be centered on the purpose of your existence. Why are you here? Not because of certain object. If that person is not giving you attention, you're angry. If you're not getting approval from someone, you get angry. If you don't get your ideal job, you get angry. Let it not be centered on object. Let it be centered on your life purpose. So that's why finding out your life purpose is absolutely critical, right? So that you don't get derailed by external distraction. So then your anger will always be inspiration or inspiring energy. So convert the anger energy, which is pure energy, to become an energy of inspiration. Understand? That pushes you to raise to the next level of capacity, the next level of authenticity. Don't let it destroy you. So learning how to manage this pure energy is of absolute importance because it's rooted on your intelligence to handle this energy. If you're ignorant, you only destroy yourself and destroy the people around you, right? So when anger is based on object, it leads to destruction of you and the object itself, and which is not what we want. So if it's based on the purpose or mission, whatever you come here for, it leads you and the mission to fulfillment. You will have fulfillment and the mission will have fulfillment itself. So contemplate on this truth. Understand? If you catch what Swamiji is trying to tell you about how to handle this pure energy, then you will know, you look inside. In the past, what have you used your anger energy for? I tell you one of my personal experience, okay? Very important because it was a complete shift for me. It just shook me to my core. See, before, I always knew I had this anger problem, before I did this major completion, before I asked Swamiji for help. See, one of my desire obviously is to make my son listen to me, right? Right? But he wouldn't listen to me, which is the problem of all the parents. Their kids would not listen to you. So I got very angry, oh wow, I can feel my body heat growing. And then I started chasing him. I took a ladder, in my kitchen I have a wooden ladder because I don't have a cane. I took the ladder and started chasing him, okay, in the house. That time, not in this present house, in another house. So we were running like Tom, Dick and Harry, okay? No, Tom and Jerry, okay? Tom and Jerry, I was running after him and he was running and laughing, and I got even more angrier because he's laughing. He's laughing at me for chasing him. And he's like laughing because I cannot catch him. He's faster than me. So this went on and on for a while. You can imagine the house, the mother holding a ladder, running after maybe 7-8-year-old boy, and he was laughing. So I was so angry and he wouldn't listen to me because I asked him to do something and then he didn't want to do, and then I started chasing him. Okay, so this was a scene. Then after running, he tried to jump over my bed. Okay, so this was the scene. We run. He entered into my master bedroom, and he jumped over my bed, and then he landed on his head. Boom. Okay, that moment, I froze. He was crying. Okay, because the worst thing I can imagine that he broke his head and he's gonna die. Okay, I was like totally shaken because of my anger. I couldn't control, and I was just like, cause if there's anything that happened to him, I would be in, I'll be in the deepest grave that I can't even imagine how to handle it. Okay, so that moment I got like really shocked to my core. I was so worried that something happened to him. Okay, And luckily nothing happened to him. He just had a little knock. But that moment gave me a strong realization. I cannot do this anymore. I have to come out of this anger. It was a very strong, it's like a strong message, like if I don't do this, I will destroy him, I will destroy me. Okay? So that was a very clear, like a, personal experience that I have to come out of this anger. I remember, and in that inner awakening in 2012, I offered Pada Puja to Swamiji in my request. I said, please Swamiji, get rid of this anger problem. I cannot handle this. It's just too scary. I cannot go on like this. So that was the blessing that I got from him, and true enough, he got me out of it. So basically, I want to again reiterate that look in your anger, okay, and let it be centered on your life purpose. Let it convert the pure energy to your inspiration for raising yourself to the whatever you want in life, okay, your ultimate goal of your existence, why you have come down on planet Earth. So use that so that you can actually be not only an inspiration for yourself but inspiration for others. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying so far. Okay. So if you have a lot of desire before and they are not fulfilled or they have been suppressed, whatever reason, please look in, because they are the root source of your anger. Okay? That means look at all the desire energy that you have put across, and if you are not able to fulfill, at least be complete with that. And if something that you want to manifest, you have the desire to manifest, then look in and see how you can raise yourself to the next level of authenticity. Okay? Rather than falling into this anger with yourself and others and not moving you forward. Next slide. All right. So understand, it is not true that anger is not controllable. Please have this clarity. Anger can be handled. If you know the after effect is going to be drastic, you will simply keep quiet. Because imagine if I know the effect, I will kill my son. I will not do it at all. I will contain my anger. It's like, shut up, right? But in the moment you don't know, because the energy has exploded, you just went onto this default reaction, right? See, what happened is, when anger happens again and again, let's say a little bit you explode, a little bit you explode. If it happens many, many times again and again and again, over a period of time, it becomes, like the mental groove of your brain is established in certain pattern, that means certain wiring. So every time something just happens, the same trigger will happen, which means it just bypasses your awareness. Understand? So you become like a default reaction, compulsive reaction. When that means the anger has become a pattern, which means it's more difficult to get rid of, because it's now a pattern. It's no longer just an energy. When it's just an energy, you can have awareness and just stop it. But when it becomes a pattern, because it happened like 1,000 times, in your whole entire lifetime, of course it becomes like a the way your brain is wired is like anything like this, that press this one and ding, boom, explosion, dynamite, and become a volcano, right? So understand, Swamiji said that everything is within your awareness. It's just that you don't allow yourself to be aware. Okay? That means if you can slow down and become aware, you will see you have the freedom to respond. See, that's why in Gurukul, Swamiji talked about delayed gratification in the children. See, when children have desire to eat the sweets, the chocolate, whatever, if they're able to say, if they say the mother say, don't eat this until I come back, let's say, if the child is able to have that delayed gratification rather than when the mother is not around, the child go and eat it and steal and eat it. See, that delayed gratification ability to hold back the desire, means what? The child is able to be aware. That means if the child have the attitude of delayed gratification, he or she will do extraordinary in the outer world. It will evolve. That means he will be very, very successful in the outer world, because it's not based on impulse, not based on instant gratification. See, a lot of children nowadays demand instant gratification. I want it now, now. They are not able to have that understanding of delayed gratification. The delayed gratification is going to give them the awareness to choose their action. Understand? So that's why Swamiji in Guruhood teaches children to have delayed gratification, not instant gratification. Alright? Because the instant gratification is falling into the unconscious. So all emotions are clearly calculated and controllable. Understand? Tell your family, if you have this problem, tell your family, don't bear with you when you're angry, okay? See, within a week, you'll be transformed. That's why he said this. He said, when he was telling about this discourse, I just laughed. He said, let's say your family has been always try to be nice and say, you tell your family, oh, please, forgive me because I'm not able to control my anger. No, don't tell them that. Tell them that if I flare in anger, just do whatever you can to wake me up. So don't give that kind of I would say excuse to yourself to continuously behave in this unconscious manner. So have someone in your family to really, whether to slap you up or do something such that shake you up so that you will be transformed. Okay, don't tolerate your anger. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Don't let your family say, oh, you poor thing, you're not controllable. Okay, we try to avoid that. We try to stay away from it. No, whenever you flare in anger, just do something to. You tell them, do something to me so that I will wake up. I will be transformed. So that he said that's the only way. I said, okay. See, for me, he had to show me the horrible scene that if I cause the death of someone, then I woke up. Understand? It has to be like a shock. Next slide. Okay, so actually understand anger. We can classify the different level of demons within us. See, anything that negative is a demon within us. That's what in Bhagavad Gita Swamiji said. Okay, so let's look at thinking the object is like one baby demon, like a small baby demon that starts, which leads to attachment. Okay, so he's saying, see, in the Vedic Puranas, the story, there are different demons, right? Different demons which destroy things or try to do something harmful. So he's describing the level of demons, like for instance, suddenly you have the thought of desire for something, an object. That is a little demon, baby demon started forming. Okay. Then, so the attachment is a small baby young demon. Okay, which is called this Indrajit. Okay, Indrajit. I need to find out the story about this Indrajit. Okay, but anyway, so that one is a little demon, young demon. So this attachment or desire leads to desire. This attachment to the object leads to desire for the object. Okay. Then this become a bigger demon, Ravana. Ravana is the demon who captured Sita into Sri Lanka. He took away the wife of Rama, okay, and kept her in hostage. Okay, so like because he had desire for her, he wants her. Okay, and what he did is just steal someone's wife. Okay. So he's Ravana. This is Ravana. Okay, it's a big demon. Then the last, I say karma, last, right? It's like last can be of different level or different varieties. Like last, for in a way like greed, good for wealth, for pleasure. Each pleasure is one demon itself. Okay, what one sense pleasure is one demon itself. So Desire leads to anger, right? So when you have desire, it's not fulfilled, it leads to anger. Like, this Kamsa. Kamsa is the demon who tried to kill Krishna. Krishna, when he was a baby, he nearly died because Kamsa said that he was told by someone that incarnation, the Lord will come and kill him. So before he find the child, he go and kill many kids. Right? He went into rage and killed thousands of babies because he was thinking that he doesn't want Krishna to come and kill him, right? So he killed so many child. That is another level of demon. So anger gives way to delusion. When you're angry, you're deluded because your logic is not operating. Okay, so this Bali, it can represent delusion. You can't say that he had last. It is mere feeling or conveying the other he's stronger. So false pride, delusion lead to a destruction of memory. So like memory lost. Okay, so Kumbhakana represents this aspect of memory loss. So these are different demons. So basically, destruction of understanding. All demons go through unsteady mind. See, all the demons, they lost their logic, or they are not able to, think straight anymore because of the emotion of revenge, anger, leading to the destruction of the person itself, and destruction of understanding leads to destruction of person because you can no longer have understanding. Is purely based on negative emotion. So once your negative emotion rules you over, you're just killing, destroying yourself and others. Okay, so destruction of person or the annihilation of the person happens. Don't allow even a small demon within you. Contemplate on pleasure leads to destruction. Okay, understand? The desire for pleasure, sense pleasure, leads to destruction. Okay. Next slide. All right. So here's the thing. Anger is the active form of fear. Okay. Fear is a passive energy within us, whereas anger is the active expression. So like I say, desire or attachment leads to anger. Fear is also another expression of anger. See, fear is what leads to anger. Fear is the passive energy, right? Whereas anger is the active expression. When you're angry, just look into the anger. Okay? What is the root of it? Where this anger is coming from? You will find there is a deep fear lurking inside. Just see. Okay? Try this for yourself. If you're feeling, the fear, express anger at the same time. Just throw your hands and stamp your feet and express the energy. Just go crazy like. And you see that the fear disappear. You see yourself how fear can simply transform to anger. Okay, simply fear can only transform to hate. Okay, and you just need to be aware of yourself and witness how the emotions subtly change from one to another, one form to another. When you understand this play, you can easily get out of the game. This is nothing but the play of the mind. When you understand the play of the mind, you can simply get out of this game that the mind is playing. That can only happen when you have awareness. It cannot happen when you are unconscious. Because when you're unconscious, the mind takes over. The mind becomes the master. Okay, next slide. So I'm going to give you now one very powerful technique from Shiva Sutra. Okay, and so in the Shiva Sutra number 4, it says, come to the space before thought raises. Okay, before the thought raises, you be in the space. If you're aware before thoughts raise, only then you will be able to be free from the judgmental attitude. Okay, so the awareness is where you enter into the space. So when you're aware, you will be free from this constantly criticizing mind. The mind is constantly judging, constantly saying something. The mind is constantly having an opinion, right? You will be liberated from constantly judging yourself or others. This is how to get rid of this constant judging attitude or mental setup. Because this constant judging attitude is what put you into SDHD, right? And also breaking relationship, destroying relationship. Because you criticize the other person, you just like, why you like this, huh? Why you are so stupid, huh? Why you can't do this? Why you can't be someone? So you have all this judging mentality, and you destroy relationship. Your child just run away from you. And same way, when you judge yourself all the time, you punish yourself. Again, you create more SDHD. Okay. So being aware before the thought comes, being aware before the anger comes, is the only way to lead you to liberation. Okay. Next slide. So in this Shastra Pramana from Vinaya Vairava Tantra, Sutra 101, Dharana 78, it says, okay, it says, if one makes one's mind stable in the various states of desire, anger, greed, delusion, intoxication, or envy, all the different emotions, then reality alone will remain, which is underlying them. Then the Vairava, the Paramashiva aspect is revealed to you. Okay, so just be stable. That means make your mind stable. Okay, next slide. So I'm going to go deeper into how to do this technique. Okay. This is a technique given by Paramashiva to overcome all your different emotions. From Shiva Sutra number 9, he said, whenever an emotion overtakes you, let's say anger, if you can be just without moving your body, okay, let's say you know you're angry, just without moving the body, without cooperating your emotions even once. Because when you're angry, you tend to vent, you tend to try to throw things, you tend to do all kinds of things. So don't cooperate with that. You just be still. You'll be liberated from that emotion. Okay? So as long as the body is moving, you will not experience the intensity of the emotion. You will not experience the flood of emotion in you. Only when you lock your body completely, you will experience the neutral zone, the Shiva consciousness. So this meditation technique needs to be practiced only when anger happens. You cannot create anger. Let me say, visualize that time I was angry. No, something triggered you. You just sit and start going through that. Okay, only then the anger will be authentic, and then the meditation will have a deep experience. So it's like you cannot fabricate your anger to do this technique. You can only do it when you really experience the anger now. Understand? So I will give you the instruction. So the next time you're angry with yourself, catch yourself and do this technique. Okay, next slide is a technique. So these are 3 steps. First step, so you close your eyes. The moment you recognize that you're angry now, or the moment you find that you're in deep fear, whatever emotion, just close your eyes. Sit with the tension and irritation already you have. Let's say you're angry, like burning inside. Remember your most intimate enemy. Let's say the person who created the anger. Let's say it's your son that make you angry, or someone that created anger in you. Let's say your boss, whatever it may be. Okay, remember the person, the objects, and the situation that created the deep anger, the flaring inside you. Just sit and go through intensely the situation, the people. Okay, allow yourself to create an intense anger. Okay, let the energy be intense. Then step 2, now forget about the object, forget about the person, the situation, forget about all that created this intense anger. Just go to the source of the energy, because the energy itself, which is created, is what is going to lead you to the Shiva consciousness. Understand? That's why I told anger itself can lead you to enlightenment. You can experience the intense energy and lead you to experience Shiva consciousness. So just go to the source of energy from where the emotion is arising. Go to the source of the heat, the irritation. Don't focus on the object or the situation. Go to the energy itself, the source of the anger energy. Because I told you anger is a pure energy, right? Pure energy coming from the being. So go to the source of the anger. Allow yourself to reach to the deepest level of the meditation. When you reach to the deepest level of meditation, you will experience the space of Paramashiva. Okay? Then you just relax, then you open your eyes. So these are the 3 steps. So remember these 3 steps when you find yourself being triggered by certain emotion. Okay? So we will not be able to practice technique only when you are having authentic emotion. Next slide. So now I'm ready to enter into the Kriya for care for anger. Okay? So there are 6 steps. Okay? So this is the asanas to assume. Duvrasana. Okay? Just like this. Okay, so this I will go through the instruction one by one. So there are actually 1, 2, 3, 5 breathing technique, but 1 asana. Okay, so all of you come. Get seated in this posture now. Next slide, Shankari. So this is the first step. So we get into this like a preparation, for entering into this Kriya. So Dvavasa Asana. So sit on the floor, bend your right knee and sit on the right ankle. So foot by the left side. Okay, so sit. Foot by the left side of the hip. Okay, foot by the left side. Okay, so in this way. So bring the left foot across to the right thigh so that the left foot is placed near the right side hip. Okay. So with the right hand fingers tip touching the middle joint. Okay, the knuckles. Okay, with the right hand finger tips touching the joint knuckle of the left hand like this. Okay. So place the hand above the genitals. That means above the genitals. Just fix the gaze on the third eye. Okay, on the brow center, and sit for 30 seconds. So this is a preparation. So bring awareness now. The first step, which is sitting in this asana. Focus your awareness now on the third eye for 30 seconds. Okay. All right, relax your gaze now. Let's go into the second step. So now the second step is engaging the Uddiyana Bandha. We have 3 locks. So the Uddiyana Bandha is the central lock. Okay. So the translation go, one should contract the bowel above and below the navel. So it's just like sucking in. So such that the abdominal organs touches the back of the spine. That means it is compressed against the back of the spine. One who practices this Uddiyana Bandha continuously becomes a conqueror of death. The great, the Kundalini, say, flies up to the Susumna and flies there constantly. So that means this, just by this locking, awakens your Kundalini shakti. Okay. So now let's sit in the same asana as we are doing with the Dvavasa asana. And keep the spine straight. Okay, the head should be upright, with the eyes open. Take a deep breath. Inhale. As you exhale completely, but do not be forceful. Just after the end of exhalation, perform the Jalanta Bandha first. Lock the chin. Okay, he said lock the chin by moving the chin down to the chest, to the sternum. Okay, so your shoulder will be slightly lifted. Okay. Pull in the abdominal muscle inwards so that the organ of the abdomen touches the back muscle. Hold it as long as you can. Till you can't hold anymore, release. Okay, release. So release the throat lock. Then inhale again normally to both nostrils. Okay, so you're going to do this. We're going to do 3 times first today. Because he says start with 3 times, gradually increase up to 10 times. Okay, so we won't do 10 times now, we'll do 3 times. So let's start. Let's all do together 3 rounds for this Uddiyana Bandha. So inhale, sit with the back straight, inhale. At the end of the inhalation, lock now. Take a deep breath in and then exhale completely. At the end of exhalation, lock the chin and pull in the abdominal muscle and the organ into the back muscle till you can't hold anymore. Release and start inhaling. Second time, exhale again. At the end of the exhalation, lock the chin, draw in the abdominal muscle. Release when you can't hold any longer. Start inhaling. Let's do the last one. Exhale. Contract the abdomen. Push the organ to the back muscle. Relax, inhale. Okay, so this is the second step, Uddiyana Bandha. Let's go into the third one, Gheranda Bandha, which is the throat lock, which we already do. Same thing, in the same posture as a Dvapasa Asana. So the translation is taken from Gheranda Samhita, okay, Upadesha 3, verse 12. It says, having contracted the chest, the chin should be placed on the chest. This is called Gheranda Bandha, which is throat lock. Okay, so now inhale fully. Place the chin on the chest. Fix the gaze at the tip of the nose. Hold the breath. Judicially, till you can't hold anymore. Release the throat lock. Exhale. Do this 21 times. So now we're done the first round. Let's complete another 20 rounds by your own pace. So inhale fully. Once the prana is inside, then you lock it. And exhale. Release the lock. So use your finger to count yourself. Do total 21 rounds. Remember to fix the gaze at the tip of the nose after you lock the chin. Complete 21 rounds once you're ready. We'll go to the next fourth step. So, finished? Let's go to the next step. Those of you who haven't finished, just continue. Okay. While I go to explain the fourth step, then we can do it together. So the next breathing technique we're going to do is Bhastrika, which is also taken from Gheranda Samhita, Upadesha 5, verse 75 to 77. It says, like the bellow of the ironsmith, systematically contract and slowly expand the stomach by inhale and exhale slowly through both the nostril with a bellowing sound, having thus initiated an inhale and exhale 20 times. One should perform kumbhaka, then let him exhale by the previous method. So the wise one should perform this Bhastrika, kumbhaka. Okay. So this is the technique. So listen. Inhale slowly by expanding the stomach, then exhale slowly. So do this 21 times. After 21 times, okay, now inhale slowly, hold the breath as long as you can. Then when you feel that you can't hold anymore, then you quickly expel the air from the, with the sound of the bellow. At this moment, the stomach should contract to touch the back. Okay, so this is Bhastrika. Do this sequence 3 times. So okay, let's do the first part. So inhale, expanding the belly, exhale. Do it 21 times. So if I've done the 21 rounds of the slow breathing, I'll describe the next part, which is you'll do this sequence 3 times. Okay. So basically, what you're going to do is inhale slowly, then hold the breath. Okay. After inhalation, when you feel that can't hold anymore, just expel the air like a bellow. I will demonstrate. So when you blast out the air, the thing should contract and touches the back muscle. Okay, we'll do this 3 times. You ready? Hold the breath after inhalation. Forceful expulsion of the air. Okay. Finish these 3 rounds. Next, 5th step, Shikali. Shikali is basically, translation goes, is taken from Hatha Pradipika, Upadesha 4, verse 43. It says, the breath needs to be sucked in through the mouth with a hissing sound, and exhalation through to be done through both nostrils. Okay, so this is, and practicing this, Kamadeva, the Cupid, becomes the second. So, okay, so you continue with the same posture with the eyes closed. So just listen to the instruction. So you're going to press the lower teeth and the upper teeth like this, okay, and with the lips open. You're going to suck the air through the gaps of the teeth like this. Hold the breath, then exhale through the nose. Okay. Do this 21 rounds. So start. Remember, after inhaling, close the mouth. You'll feel a cooling sensation in the mouth. We can go to the 6th step, the last step. Okay, this one, Shittali Kumbhaka, from the Gheranda Samhita, Upadesha 5, verse 73 and 74. Translation goes, the breath has to be filled through the abdomen by drawing the air through the tongue. After having retained the breath for a moment, the exhalation should be done through the nostril. Let the yogi always practice this Shittali Kumbhaka, given the bliss. By doing so, he would be free from digestive problem, digestion, phlegm, and anything related to the gut. Okay, so you have to draw the mouth through the tongue. Okay, like forming a tube, like what she's doing. Okay, fill the abdomen by drawing the air through the tongue. Okay, so continuously in the same posture, protrude the tongue up. Okay, roll the side of the tongue to form like a tube. Then inhale through the tube. After inhaling, close the mouth, bring the tongue inside, hold it for a moment, then exhale through the nostril. Do it 21 times, okay? At your own pace, start. If you can't fold, just form the O in your mouth. Suck in through the mouth, okay? If you can't. Like this. If those who can, do the tongue forming a tube. If you can't, just form an O like this. Okay? When you're done, just sit in silence for a few minutes. You can come out of the posture, Dvasa Asana. Just sit in silence for a few minutes. Or we wait for the rest to finish. Enjoy the pure awareness, the space of restful awareness. After the Kriya. This is a space you should try to be in most of the time, so that no moment of unconsciousness without your awareness. Remember, any moment passes by without your awareness is suffering. Don't allow that. Allow the Kundalini energy to be awakened while you're sitting. Alright, you can slowly open your eyes now. So this is the Kriya for anger. You can practice for at least 21 days so that gets established in your muscle memory. So anyone you want to share? How do you feel about this Kriya?
The leg always this right side. Then we have to repeat on the other side.
They only say one side, but for me I change it because after a while too long not comfortable, I switch sides to balance it a bit. Okay, so anyone want to share? How's the experience of this Kriya? You can unmute yourself. Okay, do you enjoy the Kriya?
Yes.
Now you have a right understanding about anger, so don't feel guilty when you have anger. Okay, this is the worst thing. See, a lot of time when you have an anger outburst, right? After that, you feel, oh, I should have done that. Then you fall into guilt. Then perpetually you're in this loop of anger, guilt, regret, anger, guilt, regret. So it's like you never get out of this, pattern of, having this self-hatred. See, guilt is nothing but hatred for yourself because you're not able to accept yourself. Understand? So don't allow this looping of self-hatred to form because of anger. Learn how to handle this energy, this pure energy. Understand, if you see how even a child, when he's throwing tantrum, it's just expression of pure energy. Then you can never be angry with the child anymore. Understand? You learn how to help the child to use this energy. So same way for all of you, have this clarity. The more and more you establish in the restful awareness, more and more it become like the time you spend in awareness versus the time you spend in unawareness, it's more. Then the occurrence of falling into this anger defaulting, reaction will start reducing, and soon you will lose power over you. Just observe and just looking what kind of anger that got triggered because of whatever desire or fear that you're carrying. Understand? So when you dig it out, complete with that, and have the right cognition to go beyond all whatever attachment or whatever fear that you have. Have the courage to face the fear. So Shankari, now you know how to help Paramashanti.
I will catch her and watch once more.
Okay. So, all right. So Anita say, what are the different forms of anger? There's no different form of anger. It's just anger, just explosion, right? There's no.
So is it my question is like bullying a form of anger because a person is angry and then it takes that kind, or is jealousy a form of also anger because it's like you're so angry or envious? I mean, somehow anger, is it only just that energy that you're just exploding, or is it in different
anger can be expressed in many different ways, right? Shouting, or it can also be expressed as kind of like harming yourself, right? So anything that express in like a violent way is anger in an external way. Okay, so even whether it's energy or even trying to like outbursts or screaming, whether it's hitting someone or trying to kill someone, all these are just nothing but a action, but the source is the anger that cause someone to do certain act. Okay, so when the energy is expressed when we are not able to control, so they do all kinds of action which not only destroy themselves but destroy relationships and things, also objects. Okay, that's a good question. Any more? Any other question? Okay, may I know, do you find this session useful?
Yes, yes, yes.
Huh? You know, I've noticed the last session I did on the back pain, a lot of people come back to watch this Kriya.
Oh,
I saw that in the because we had it live on
Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Facebook, the e-Gurukul, right, before we got back. So a lot of people revisited. A lot of people which. Anything you want to share?
Yeah, if nobody share, I will share.
Yes, yes, yes.
This Kriya is also very meaningful to me because I used to be someone who got irritated very easily by my son, especially. Yeah. So and when doing, because I a lot better now, you know, ever since I start to follow Swamiji and be a vegetarian about 3 years plus back. And now when I was doing this Kriya, I realized that I'm able to think back the time, especially this year, where I realized that I'm not, like my anger has toned down a lot. I'm able to like hold back on and ask, but sometimes I still feel like lash out, but I will just like text out. Then even after that, I ask myself, is there a need to say this, or is there a need to do this? No, if I say this, would it cause like more anger on my son or whatever? Is that I'm able to look back and I can stop my anger. So it's more of the awareness that your anger is coming and why you are angry, and then you would be able to stop
Yes.
it. Yeah.
That's what we're talking about, creating the restful awareness, right? The restful awareness is the space where before the emotion arises, you have the freedom to choose. Oh, I usually react like this and destroy my relationship with my son. Now I don't want. I'm choosing another, way of doing it so that it does not trigger the same default reaction. So that is the space that you have when you're in that restful awareness. That's what Paramashivam said. Be in the space, and before the thoughts arises, the anger arises, catch yourself. Understand? Catch yourself so that you have the freedom to choose what you want to do with this energy. Great. So it looks like everybody is finding this session useful. Go to practice for the next 21 days and get out of this anger pattern, and you can come back and share in the group to see how much you're able to transform your anger. Okay? If there's no other question, I will conclude now. You can share in the group later on. So with that, let's conclude with the Purna mantra. Thank you all for completing for the delay. Sit with the back straight. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you all, Nithyanandam.